Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this session of Foundation Batch. This is the most awaited session of my entire day because I am teaching something that I love. I am teaching something that I love because I love physics and I love spreading the knowledge of physics. And by this batch, my friends, I am basically strengthening the roots that you have for engineering. If the roots are strengthened, then only the tree can bear a fruit. Okay, so the roots need to be very strong, and with that objective in mind, we have created this batch. And my friend, just like every other session, it is going to be very interesting. We are going to learn Coulomb's law today, and I'll tell you the intricacies of the Coulomb's law and some things that you might have never ever have known, that I'll tell you. And with these things in mind, we'll solve some problems as well, so as to strengthen your concept. Okay, so my objective in every class is to give you very basic knowledge, but you should understand the application part of that. If you understand the application part of it, then only you are an engineer. Do you guys know in general what is the difference between an engineer and a scientist? A scientist is mainly involved in discovering new things, but an engineer knows how to solve a problem. The most of the daily life problems, most of the problems that we face on daily basis, आपके चारों तरफ कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है. सपोज कमरे में रोशनी ज्यादा आ रही है, आपने एक पर्दा लगा लिया, तो दैट इज ऑल्सो इंजीनियरिंग, दैट इज ऑल्सो सॉल्विंग अ डेली लाइफ प्रॉब्लम. ओके, और जैसा हम कहते हैं कि इंडिया जुगाड़ पे चलता है, तो मेरे भाई इंजीनियर से ज्यादा जुगाड़ कोई कर नहीं सकता. इंजीनियर से ज्यादा जुगाड़ कोई कर नहीं सकता. तो ये देश इंजीनियर चला रहे हैं, ये देश इंजीनियर चला रहे हैं. दिस कंट्री इज बीइंग रन बाय इंजीनियर्स, एंड व्हाट आई विश इज दैट माय स्टूडेंट्स should never ever hear from someone that their basics are not solid, and with that thing in mind, let us start this session everybody. Okay, तो जैसा मैं देख रहा हूं कि काफी कम बच्चे हैं आज, तो मेरे भाई सबसे पहले इस लेक्चर का लिंक शेयर कर दो, क्योंकि मेरा मोटिवेशन पर्सनली इस चीज से आता है कि कितने लोग इस सेशन को अटेंड कर रहे हैं. If you guys are not attending the session, then it does not motivate me to teach well, to work hard on each and every session. Okay, it does not motivate me to do that. So if you want me to be motivated, if you want me to motivate you as well, if you want me to give you the best content, then there needs to be a huge number of students attending this batch. Okay, so let us start this session. So guys, my name is Ankit Goyal. I got AIR1 in GATE 2014 and 2018, and I am working as the director of GATE at an academy. So guys, I have built a team for the GATE and ESE, and I have brought for you some of the best educators in the country on an academy. And my friend, an academy is where the learning starts. An academy is the company that is taking learning to each and every corner of the country. बच्चे बच्चे तक नॉलेज जा रहा है. ऐसा ना आज से पहले कभी हुआ, ना इसके बाद कभी हो सकता. तो मेरे भाई, अन अकेडमी पे आना जरूरी है, अन अकेडमी पे आना कंपलसरी है. एंड इफ यू वांट टू जॉइन अन अकेडमी, यू नीड टू नो द कोड ऑफ योर फेवरेट एजुकेटर, दैट इज मी, एंड माय कोड इज अंकित ESE. Ankit ESE gives you a 10% discount and directly connects you with me, so that you learn under my personal guidance and you get GATE rank with the best score, with the best rank, and you get admission to a very good IIT, or you get into a best PSU. So my friend, let us start your journey today itself and join an academy as soon as possible. If you have any queries related to the subscription, you can call on this number. You can call on this number. Okay, you can clear any queries related to the subscription. And my friend, believe me, you won't regret the decision of joining an academy, because this is the best place for the students as well as the teachers. I really enjoy teaching on an academy, and believe me, you will enjoy learning on an academy. Okay, so let us start the foundation batch, everybody. Let us start this session. Okay, so the objective of today's lecture is to study Coulomb's law. But as we do every day, let us first go through recap. Let us first go through recap. No guys, the first installment of this batch is till 31st July. It is going to be extended, but August schedule we'll announce later. Now what is the recap? What we have covered so far? We have covered the concept of charge. We have covered the properties of charge. Okay, the very basic element of electrical engineering is your charge. We have covered the methods of charging. The methods of charging. And if you remember, in the previous session, we really looked at some of the beautiful problems based on the charging methods. They were really good problems. And my friends, such kind of problems you will keep facing when you stay in this batch. आपके लिए ऐसे क्वेश्चन मैं लाता रहूंगा जिसमें आपको मजा आने वाला है और बहुत ज्यादा सीखने वाले हो. तो इसी बात के साथ शुरू करते हैं आज का लेक्चर अबाउट कूलम्स लॉ. Coulomb's law. Now guys, Coulomb was a scientist that wanted to know about the force that exists between two charges. ठीक है, दो चार्ज एक दूसरे पे कितना फोर्स लगाते हैं ये चीज पता की थी कूलाम नाम के साइंटिस्ट ने. ठीक है, कूलाम नाम के साइंटिस्ट ने. So he did an experiment with the charged bodies. He did an experiment with the charged bodies and tried to determine how the force depends on the charges or how the force depends on the distance between the charges. So let us see what Coulomb discovered regarding the force. So this law defines the force. This is the first law of electrical and electronics engineering. The force between two charges that are separated by a distance r. By a distance r. So now my friend, what he discovered? He discovered that the force was inversely proportional to the square of distance. Okay, force is inversely proportional to square of distance. Okay, this was a very major discovery. Okay, you guys might see Coulomb's law right now. It is a very simple law, but at that time, think, when nobody even knew what exactly charges are. That time telling about the force that exists between the charges is a really big deal. Okay, square of distance between them. Now such kind of law where we depend on the distance or the square of distance, they are called as inverse square law. और मेरे भाई क्वेश्चन पूछने से पहले अगर थोड़ा रीड करोगे तो मैंने लिखा है r is the distance of separation. Okay, r is the distance of separation. Now the next thing that he discovered is force is directly proportional to the product of charges. That means he said that, my friend, that force is proportional to Q1, Q2. Now with these things, we can write that force is proportional to Q1, Q2 by R square. Now what remains? is introducing the proportionality constant. We need to introduce the proportionality constant. तो मेरे भाई फोर्स क्या लिख देंगे, के Q1 Q2 by R square, Q1 Q2 by R square. Now see, suppose there are two charges, one is negative, one is positive. The charges will attract each other. The charges will attract each other. Okay. So what we know is opposite charges attract and then like charges repel. Like charges repel. Okay, like charges will repel each other. तो नेगेटिव चार्ज है तो वो दूर जाने की कोशिश कर रहा है, पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव है तो इट इज ट्राइंग टू कम क्लोज टू ईच अदर. पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव ट्राइज टू कम क्लोज टू ईच अदर, नेगेटिव ट्राइज टू गो अवे फ्रॉम ईच अदर. अब मेरे भाई अगर फोर्स का रिप्रेजेंटेशन देखो, F21, what is F21? F21 is force of 2 on 1. Force of 2 on 1. What is F12? Force of 1 on 2. Remember this convention. That how these forces are named. And my friend, these are action reaction pair. That is, if I am attracting you towards me, you will attract me towards you. If I am pushing you away, you will also push me away. Action reaction. आप लोग मेरे हिसाब से एक्शन रिएक्शन को भी अभी बहुत अच्छे लेवल पे नहीं समझते हो. तो एक्शन रिएक्शन क्या होता है? When a body applies a force on the other body, when I apply a force on you, then you will apply a force on me, and that will be equal and opposite. So what we say, two bodies apply equal and opposite forces, but the point of application is different. What is meant by this? Point of application mean कि मैं तो आप पे force लगा रहा हूं और आप मुझ पे लगा रहे हो. I am applying a force on you, you are applying a force on me. That means my force acts on you, your force acts on me. So the point of application of both the forces is different. That is the action reaction law. Just like the negative charge experiences a force due to positive experiences a force due to negative. And that is what is your Coulomb's law. Okay. Understanding it, guys? Understanding it? So just now what we told is that the force will be K Q1 Q2 by R square. Now what is this proportionality constant K? This K is written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon. 1 by 4 pi epsilon. What is this epsilon? Epsilon is the property called as permittivity. And its unit is farad per meter. Its unit, my friends, is farad per meter. This epsilon is epsilon naught into epsilon r, where epsilon naught is permittivity of free space. Okay, that is 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12 farad per meter. तरुण, ये जो कांस्टेंट है ये एक्सपेरिमेंटली डिटरमाइन किया गया है मेरे भाई. ऐसा नहीं है कि k 1 by 4 pi epsilon आया कैसे. हमने क्या किया, Q1 Q2 by R square निकाल लिया और फोर्स मेजर कर लिया. We measured the force and we measured Q1 Q2 by R square. Then their ratio gives us the value of K. That is how experimentally K has been defined. Okay, that is how experimentally K has been defined. Is that clear, everybody? Okay, is that clear? Now my friend, I'll explain you the concept of permittivity, but first let me write down that this force becomes the epsilon r. The epsilon r part is called as relative permittivity. relative permittivity. relative का मतलब क्या है कि परमिटिविटी एयर या वैक्यूम के कंपैरिजन में कितनी है. हाउ मच इज द परमिटिविटी व्हेन वी कंपेयर इट टू वैक्यूम और द स्पेस. वैक्यूम और द स्पेस. Now, first thing that we want to understand is what is permittivity. What is this permittivity? Okay, what is this permittivity? It is, my friend, a measure of polarization of a material in presence of electric field. That is the direct definition. But in this definition, my friends, you don't understand most of the things, right? In this definition आपको बहुत ज़्यादा चीजें नहीं पता हैं. आपको बहुत ज्यादा चीजें नहीं पता हैं. ना तो आपको पोलराइजेशन अभी पता है, ना तो आपको इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड अभी मालूम है. यू नाइदर नो द पोलराइजेशन नॉर द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. करेक्ट? सो दैट इज व्हाई दिस डेफिनेशन is not of much use to us. So what I say is force is inversely proportional to epsilon. Similarly we will derive later on that electric field is inversely proportional to epsilon. So what I say permittivity represents, सिंपल भाषा में समझ रहे हैं, परमिटिविटी रिप्रेजेंट्स अपोजिशन टू द फ्लो ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइंस टू द फ्लो ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइंस. ओके, so it is not the ability to allow. That is the beauty. From your childhood you have been learning one thing. Permittivity means permitting the electric field lines. But no, my friend, it is the blockage of electric field lines. How much blockage it provides, how much opposition it provides to the electric field lines in the material. तो permittivity के ना नाम पे मत खो जाना. नाम पे मत जाओ कि परमिट कर रहा है. ये परमिट नहीं कर रहा मेरे भाई, ये रोक रहा है. It is trying to stop the electric field from passing through a material. Now, did you guys know that beforehand? Did you guys know it? I don't think most of you knew it. Only a few handful of the students know this fact. Okay. So now let us move forward and understand what are the properties of a Coulomb's law. What all things you need to know. Now, for air or vacuum, epsilon r is 1. Now for perfect conductor, कल मैंने आपको कंडक्टर इंसुलेटर भी बताया था. Yesterday I told you about conductor insulator. Now for a perfect conductor, this epsilon r is infinity. This epsilon r is infinity. Now, Coulomb force. Now this Coulomb force is action-reaction pair. It is action-reaction pair. Okay, it is action-reaction pair. As I told about the action-reaction, two bodies will pull or push each other in the opposite direction. In the opposite direction. Now, next thing. Only applicable for point charges. Now this, my friend, interests me a lot that it is only applicable for the point charges. Now what it means? First of all, let us try and understand today the concept of point charge. Now guys, tell me, if I ask you what is the dimension of a point, what is the size of a point? Vipul, if it is blocking the field, it is infinity for conductor, because in conductor there is no electric field. That is why it is infinity for a conductor. Okay, now what is a point? Size of a point is 0. The size of a point is 0. So what is a point charge? The entire charge is concentrated at a single point. Which means the dimension of charged body is very small, very small as compared to separation between charges. Now suppose we have two charged spheres. And my friend, they are kept at suppose 2 kilometer. बहुत दूर रखें. Now if the radius of this sphere, my friend, is 1 millimeter, if the radius is 1 mm, can you say radius is much smaller than the distance? That qualifies as point charge. Okay, this will qualify as a point charge. Is that clear? Loknath, it is not necessary that electric field will produce a magnetic field or vice versa. It is not necessary. And don't go up to magnetic field right now. I will consolidate your basics one by one, and later on, after a few months, the entire picture will be so clear in your mind, you will be able to observe things. Now, the next point about Coulomb's law. The force between any two charges is independent of presence of any third charge. Okay, third charge. Is that clear? And my friend, please don't go up to magnetic field right now. Let us focus on Coulomb's law. This tendency of yours to skip multiple things will always take you down. Let us build the foundation step by step. Let us build a ladder, and let us reach the heights by climbing one step of a ladder at a time. one step of a ladder at a time. Is that clear? And the last point, Coulomb's force is conservative. Now, what is the definition of conservative in basic physics? That work done is independent of path. ऐसे सोचो, suppose we are taking a body from Bangalore to Hyderabad. Let us say we are taking a body from Bangalore to Hyderabad. Now, if the work done or energy consumed is same, whether going by train, whether going by road, whether going by flight, by different path. Flight takes a different path, train takes a different path, and the road takes an entirely different path. If we are taking a body from Bangalore to Hyderabad and it is taking the same amount of energy, the same amount of work, then that force is qualified as a conservative force. सैमुअल, क्या एग्जाम्पल चाहिए? मैं एग्जाम्पल देता तो चल रहा हूं, एग्जाम्पल में समझाता चल रहा हूं. जैसे पॉइंट चार्ज है, उसका एग्जाम्पल दिया. अब ये तो छोटा सा पॉइंट है ना कि दो चार्ज रखे हैं, ये आपस में कितना फोर्स लगाएंगे, ये कोई तीसरा चार्ज नहीं बताने वाला. ठीक है, टू चार्जेस व्हाटएवर फोर्स दे एक्सर्ट ऑन ईच अदर, दैट इज देयर पर्सनल मैटर. नो थर्ड चार्ज कैन इंटरफेयर or come in between any two charges. Okay, now let us move to the next thing. कंजर्वेटिव एक बार फिर से देखो. कंजर्वेटिव का मतलब ये होता है, जैसे मान लो एक और एग्जांपल लेते हैं. सपोज ये मेरा कैलकुलेटर है ना. सपोज क्या है, मेरा कैलकुलेटर, आपका थोड़ी है. अब इसको मुझे यहां तक ले जाना है. ये ऐसे गया, ठीक है, ये सीधा गया, ये ऐसे घूम करके गया, ये ऐसे पूरा ऊपर से आके फिर नीचे आके गया. किसी भी रास्ते से ले जाऊं, अगर मुझे ताकत बराबर लगानी पड़ रही है, मुझे मेहनत बराबर लगानी पड़ रही है, तो जो मैं फोर्स लगा रहा हूं, दैट इज कंजर्वेटिव. when we move a body, when we move a charge from one point to another via different path, if the work done is same, then the force is conservative. Now is that clear? Okay, now is it clear? So now we come to the next thing, that is vector form of Coulomb's law. Vector form of a Coulomb's law. Okay, now see here what we have done, that this point is origin, correct? There are two charges q1 and q2. They are placed at two position vector, r1 vector and r2 vector. So what is r1 vector? R1 vector is position vector of q1. What is r2 vector? Position vector of q2. Okay, so we have two position vector, r1 vector and r2 vector. Okay, r1 vector and r2 vector. Now position vector of q2 from q1, position vector of q2 from q1 is r vector. Now my friend, do you know triangle law of vector addition? Do you know triangle law of vector addition? Tell me quickly. Do you guys know triangle law of vector addition? So what it will say, r1 vector plus r vector equal to r2 vector. So what is r vector? r2 vector minus r1 vector. r2 vector minus r1 vector. ओके, तो ये तो सबको क्लियर है r वेक्टर कैसे निकाला है, r वेक्टर कैसे निकाला है, ये सब लोगों को क्लियर है। अब देखो, नाउ फोर्स ऑफ 2 on 1, force of 2 on 1, you can write it as F21. Force of 1 on 2, that is F12, F21 और F12। अब हमें ये निकालना है along with the direction, along with the direction. Now if you see, F21 is parallel to r vector. Now if you see, you can say F21 vector is parallel to r vector. Correct? Correct. Now F12 vector is opposite to r vector. Correct? Now how will you write F21? You know the magnitude, my friend. You know the magnitude. Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon r square. Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon r square. But now you need the direction as well. Now you need the direction as well. And my friend, direction of a vector is always given by unit vector, is always given by unit vector. Now what is this unit vector? Unit vector is a vector whose magnitude is 1. Unit vector is a vector whose magnitude is 1. So r cap will be r vector by magnitude of r vector. Okay. Loknath, my friend, r2 is the resultant. So r1 plus r is r2. What does triangle law says? If we draw one vector from the tip of the other vector, then join the tail of one and the tip of the second, tail of one and the head of the second, that will give you resultant. एक वेक्टर लो, उसकी चोंच से दूसरा बनाओ, अब इन दोनों को जब जोड़ोगे तो मेरे भाई ये रिजल्टेंट मिलेगा। इसकी जड़ से इसके टॉप को अगर जोड़ोगे तो ये रिजल्टेंट है। तो R2 रिजल्टेंट हुआ, ठीक है। नाउ व्हाट वी कैन से फ्रॉम दिस, F21 वेक्टर is Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon mod r vector square into r cap. Now this r cap would be, what would be this r cap? It will be r vector by mod r. Due to mod r, one extra mod r, it will become mod r cube. Due to one extra mod r, it will become mod r cube. And in this case, F12, it is opposite to F21. So you can say F12 is nothing but negative of this. ठीक है, अपोजिट है ना, माइनस लगाने से वेक्टर की डायरेक्शन पलट जाती है, माइनस लगाने से वेक्टर की डायरेक्शन बदल जाती है। सो वी कैन से दैट बाय अप्लाइंग अ माइनस साइन वी विल गेट द ऑपोजिट फोर्स। तो ये समझ आया वेक्टर फॉर्म। वेक्टर फॉर्म में क्या होता है, आर वेक्टर लगता है और नीचे मैग्नीट्यूड का क्यूब आता है, नीचे मैग्नीट्यूड का क्यूब आता है। दिस थिंग यू नीड टू रिमेंबर गाइस, यू नीड टू रिमेंबर for any exam that you are facing, you need to know the vector form of the Coulomb's law। ठीक है, सब लोगों को क्लियर है? सबको क्लियर है तो एक बार चैट में बता दो क्लियर है कि नहीं है। सभी लोगों को क्लियर है? Now the last thing that I'll tell you today before we go to question is the superposition principle। सुपरपोजिशन प्रिंसिपल, सुपरपोजिशन प्रिंसिपल। अच्छा मुझे सभी लोग ये बताओ, अब आपको समझ आ रहा है जो आप ईएमटी इंजीनियरिंग में पढ़ते हो और जिस लेवल पे मैं पढ़ा रहा हूं क्या डिफरेंस है, कि विशाल सर और मेरे कोर्स में क्या डिफरेंस है, कि मेरा जो फोकस है, माय फोकस इज टोटली ऑन बिल्डिंग द रूट्स दैट यू गाइस मस्ट हैव, and Vishal sir will tell you what is required for GATE, how to crack the questions asked in GATE. But here I want to lay the foundation stone even though these questions may not directly be asked. Is the difference clear? Now what does superposition principle say? It says that if there are n charges, if there are n charges, then force on one charge, Samaresh, why do you feel that there is no difference? Due to all other charges, is sum of force, due to each charge, okay? Now suppose we want to calculate Fi, so it will be F1i, on ith charge I am calculating, F2i, but remember guys, the sum that you will take, that will be a vector sum, And one more thing I would like to tell you here, just struck my mind, guys, if you are not clear with the basics of network, that is the AC analysis, every day at 4 PM I am taking the class on Unacademy learning app for AC analysis, where I am teaching the very basic things. So you guys should attend that class as well, okay? That will really consolidate the phasor calculations, the phasor multiplications, divisions, all the things that you do, all those things will become clear. Okay, so is this point clear? And why is this property true? Because force between, yes Loknath, it is free, force between any two charges, you just have to download the Unacademy app and follow me. Force between any two charges is independent. This property I told in Coulomb's law is independent of presence of any other charge. तो दोस्त अगर आप मेरे टेलीग्राम चैनल पे हो तो वहां मैं सारे लिंक डालता हूं मैं इस टेलीग्राम चैनल पे, ठीक है? इस टेलीग्राम चैनल पे सारे लिंक डालता हूं फ्री क्लासेस के, तो आपकी एक भी क्लास मिस नहीं होगी अगर आप इस पे आ जाओगे। अगर आप इस पे आ गए एक भी क्लास मिस नहीं होगी, ठीक है? और इसके अलावा अगर कोई भी एडमिशन से रिलेटेड बात करनी है तो मेरे भाई इस नंबर पे कॉल कर लेना फॉर एडमिशन, ठीक है, क्योंकि असली लर्निंग आप देखोगे दैट हैपेंस एट अनअकैडमी। तो चलो यहां तक हमें क्लियर हो गया कि अगर एक चार्ज पे फोर्सेस लग रहे हैं कई चार्जेस की वजह से, तो सब फोर्सेस का सम लेने से टोटल फोर्स निकल जाता है। Now tell me, is every student ready for the questions? Are you guys ready for the questions? Whatever questions I have prepared for you, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Tell me quickly. Tell me quickly. So let us see the first problem. Let us see the first problem. What it says: four identical point charges are placed at the corners of four square. A fifth point charge is placed at the center of the square. Experiences zero net force. Is this a stable equilibrium? Before solving this problem, let me explain you what is the meaning of stable equilibrium. What is the meaning of stable equilibrium? Listen to me carefully, my friend. Equilibrium is stable if a charge when disturbed from original position comes back to original position. जब जब आप उसे हटाओगे, अगर वो अपनी पोजीशन पे वापस आ गया तो वो स्टेबल है, ठीक है। सिंपल सा एग्जांपल देता हूं। आप सुबह सुबह सो रहे हो, ठीक है, आप सुबह सुबह सो रहे हो, आपकी मम्मी आपको जगाना चाहती है। उन्होंने क्या किया, गर्मियों में कमरे का पंखा बंद कर दिया। दे टर्न्ड ऑफ द फैन फॉर यू बिकॉज दे वांटेड टू वेक यू अप। नाउ इफ यू कैन स्टिल स्लीप, then you are a legend, then you are in the stable equilibrium. But if you wake up, then you are unstable, okay. So if someone disturbs you from your natural state and you can go back to that state, then you are stable. If you can't go back, then you are unstable, Is that clear? Now try this one. So let me show you this. Suppose we have a square, okay, suppose we have a square. Now what it is saying is that we have four charges at the four corners. उसने क्या बोला है मेरे भाई, चार बराबर चार्जेस चार कोने पे रखे गए हैं, ये रख दिया हमने चार चार्जेस। नाउ व्हाट इट सेज, अब इसने क्या बोला कि इसके बीचों बीच आपने एक और चार्ज रख दिया, लेट अस से स्मॉल क्यू, ठीक है। ये फिफ्थ वाला चार्ज आइडेंटिकल नहीं बताया, ओके, दिस फिफ्थ चार्ज इज नॉट आइडेंटिकल बट यू हैव प्लेस्ड एट द सेंटर। नाउ इट इज आस्किंग वेदर इट इज स्टेबल इक्विलिब्रियम और अनस्टेबल। सपोज दिस इज अ स्क्वायर, देयर आर फोर चार्जेस, वन चार्ज इज मिडवे। Now I will disturb it. Now I will pick it up. See the charge in my hand. I am picking it up. Visualize this. This is a square. Center we have a charge. I am picking it up. So I have disturbed it. I have disturbed it. Now I have to see whether it will come back or not. Whether it will come back or not. Okay. Now I have to see. Let me see if we have some 3D images. Then I'll be able to show you better. Okay. Let me see. I don't think we have a pyramid here. Okay. No pyramid is here. What I needed is a pyramid. Okay. Let me draw it for you. Let me draw it for you. Okay. Now guys, suppose you have disturbed the fifth charge. You have disturbed the fifth charge. Like this. Okay. You have disturbed the fifth charge like this. You have disturbed it like this. Okay. Now, if all the charges are positive, then the force will be repulsive. So the net force on this charge will be upwards. Net force will be upwards. Okay, net force will be upwards. So that means it will go away. यानी जब आपने चार्ज को उठाया और ये चार्ज और दूर चला गया, ये वापस नहीं आया, then it is unstable equilibrium. Abhishek, this is just to strengthen your basics so that you guys become good at engineering. It is not included in exam, but what you need to understand is by this course you guys will be able to do better at every subject of engineering in electrical and ECE. Is this question clear? When we have lifted the charge, the net force is upward, so it goes away. It never returns, so it is unstable. Okay, now try this one. Try the next one, guys. It says two identical metallic spheres, A and B, each carrying a charge Q, repel each other with a force A. A third metallic sphere, C, of the same size but uncharged, is successively made to touch A and B, then removed away. What is the force of repulsion between A and B? ये जो आज हमने कूलाम्स लॉ पढ़ा है और yesterday we saw a problem like that. So this is the combination of both. Let me see who will crack this. Give the answer in terms of F only. So has everybody done it? It is a very easy problem if you are able to crack it. If that clicks your mind, it is easy. So let me show you how. So first of all, there are two spheres A and B, and they both have charge Q. Now suppose they are separated by a distance R. Now since they both have the same charge, they will repel each other. The force of repulsion will be this. Now we bring an identical sphere and touch it with A. So it has a charge Q, other one has a charge 0, so this is Q. Now when it is removed, since they were identical, the charge will be equally distributed. They will have Q by 2 and Q by 2. They will have Q by 2 and Q by 2. Now this B, now this C sphere will now be touched to B. It has a charge Q by 2 and B has a charge Q. So the net charge is 3Q by 2. Now again when they will separate, the charge will equally divide. Neelam, yes, if it was a negative charge. Guys, in the previous problem, if it was a negative charge, it will experience a downward force. Then it will be stable equilibrium. So let me write it here itself. If Q is positive, then it is leading to unstable equilibrium. अरे भाई वो अपने आप ऊपर नहीं गया, उसको मैं लेके गया हूं, मैंने उसे डिस्टर्ब किया है. ओके, now guys, what I was telling is, now they have 3Q by 4, 3Q by 4. So now A has a charge Q by 2, B has a charge 3Q by 4, and the distance is R. That means the force will be that will become 3F by 8. It will become 3F by 8. Is this clear? Is this clear to everybody? 3F by 8. So try the next one, guys. Try the next one. This is based on the vector form. This will be our last problem before we wind up. Hari Babu, B also had a charge Q. Because they were repelling each other, B also had a charge Q, not minus Q. Now guys, or let me show this problem, how to find force using vector form of Coulomb's law. Now, first it is asking F12. It is force of 1 on 2. Force of 1 on 2. Okay. Hari Babu, if both have same polarity, then it will be repulsive, na? If both have opposite polarity, how can it be repulsive? See, A and B have a charge Q. They repel each other. They can only repel each other if they have the same charge, same polarity. If they have opposite polarity, how can they repel? Okay, force of 1 on 2. Now for this, this is F12, this is F21. Both are positive, na? Both are positive, so both are repelling. Okay, now what I need for F12 is the radius vector from 1 to 2, so that will be R2 vector minus R1 vector. If I need position vector of 2 from 1, then what I need to do is R2 vector minus R1 vector. Now R2 vector is 3i plus 5j plus k. R1 is I plus 3j plus 2k. Okay, based on these coordinates, 2i plus 2j minus k. Now when we calculate F12, you will do 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 to the power 9. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 to the power 9 into Q1 Q2 into Q1 Q2 by distance cube. So magnitude of this vector q into this vector into this vector. Okay. So now what is this F12? So 9 into 5 into 3, 45 into 3, 135. 135. Guys, in this session I am just demonstrating how to solve problems. Don't think that you will be able to do that fast. 4 plus 4, 8 plus 1, 9. The magnitude will be root 9. Okay, it will be 3 cube means 27. 27. Okay, now simply you can say F21 is minus F12. Okay, but what I want to do, what I want you guys to do as a homework, compute F12 from basic, compute F12 from the basic. Now my friend, if you want to join an academy, you can call on this number. And make sure that you have downloaded Unacademy learning app. I am taking a lot of free lectures on Unacademy as well. Then you click on GATE and ESE, click on get subscription, and then choose the best subscription, that is for 1 year. It will be almost 60 rupees a day, and 2-year subscription will be almost 40 rupees a day. And you will apply the code Ankit ESE, because that is the code of your favorite educator, that is Ankit Goel. Okay, and it means that I'll be able to guide you personally. Pay by credit, debit card, EMI or net banking, and debit card EMI is also available on HDFC and Bajaj Finserv. And my friend, join my Telegram channel. It will really help you to attend all my free classes as well as get the notes of this. Immediately after this class, I'll share these notes. Okay, and join this group for doubt solving. It is on Facebook. You can join this. And I'm bringing many more channels, like we have a channel for mechanical, civil, SSC, computer science, and this is for previous year question of all branches. This is for SSC exam for all branches. Make sure you have subscribed to these channels. Kaushal, I am solving the problem very fast. You, my friend, are just learning. You will not be able to solve it before me, but make sure when you solve you get the right answer. Okay, and guys, subscribe to this channel, share this video, and tomorrow I am bringing a full-fledged problem session on Coulomb's law. Tomorrow we are just going to solve problems based on Coulomb's law. So be here at 9 p.m. Be here at 9 p.m. Tomorrow is the last class of this week. Sunday is off. So that is why be here and we'll solve good problems. Okay. So we'll solve some great problems tomorrow at 9 p.m. Thank you everybody. Thank you.